welcome. We're here at the Dream Center. We got an exciting day here today. It's report card day, so all of the kids are bringing their report cards out today. They voted on seafood, so we like to spoil our kids. We got crab legs, we got shrimp, we got eggs, we got corn, we got sausage, we got potatoes, we got that good grandma sweet Kool-Aid, everything. So it's an exciting night. For those that don't eat seafood, we got some good chicken coming in with hot sauce, 14K and light bread. So very tasty. I just would have added a paper because I would have had everybody that I ain't seen from grandma's funeral hymn. If I would have put all that news out there, they'll see it after the fact and said, I should have came tonight. You should come every night because you never know what's going to happen. So we have the report cards, the A, B's, and C's that eat for free. For every D they got, if they get D's, we don't have nobody with D's, I don't think. $1 for every D, $2 for every F. All of this is free. We make all of our programs free. Dream Center, they give us free space here. And in order to make these programs free, we need your money. So we need 1,000 people to give $100 so that we can raise $100,000 to make all of our programs free. You can get at me at riskclub, RISKCLUB at ymail.com. You can also call me 863-888-0468. And you can always hit that Cash App, $, capital TEEN, capital KING. I'm Jeffrey Williams. Write those checks out to Risk Club. Also, we got a phenomenal speaker here tonight. His name is Mr. Reggie. He's a product of the program Team Business Camp, one of our featured programs getting ready to start up June 7th. He has his own place. He'll talk a little bit about it. So I'm going to let him come and share with you.
Again, my name is Reggie and I am honored to be out here with Mr. Jeffrey and the Risk Club. This is my favorite organization to come out and talk to because it reminds me of myself. Stay tuned because we have some important information to drop on these youth.
Hey, where we at? Where we at?
We got one other special guest. We got a young lady I call Double O. Double O, she just retired on Friday. So she's like my agent. Anytime I go out and speak, she's setting up the workshops, all that, and just trying to get more money for the program. She comes out, she notarizes, she makes sure we have buses. I'm going to bring her up. Lynn Simpkins, come on down, tell them what she retired from the city of Lakeland after 33 years.
Woo! Yeah!
Good afternoon. I am so excited. I'm a parent of a student that's been in this program over 36 years ago. It is an awesome program. I tell you, if you are a parent and you want to invest in your kids, put them in the Risk Club. This Risk Club has been around for years, and Mr. Jeffrey, he is the real deal. I am an agent, and I am Double O, so remember that, Double O, 00, and I'm going to keep it coming because those zeros go behind whatever number, and we're going to get that money that you want.
Yeah, we're going to get all the zeros. We're going to get them 6 figures. And we thank Lynn Simpkins for coming out. And
Clap it up, clap it up.
What are you going to do right now? You're retired. Are you going to Disney? What are you going to do?
No, I'm going to continue to invest in my community. I'm working as a consultant now. I'm going to be providing services to the Risk Club and to other nonprofit organizations so that we can get them back in this community, lay the right foundation for your children. We invest in our kids.
And we black out. I'm invisible today.
Yeah.
Smile a little more.
All right, well, let's do it, y'all. Where we at? Hey, Jeff, who gave us this delicious icy today?
Oh, you have Borem Fire. Borem Fire.
Borem Fire. Everybody say thank you, Borem Fire. Thank you, Borem Fire.
Okay, look left, look right, kitty, and then cross. Look left, look right. There.
Safety first.
Very good. Good job.
Where we? Sir.
Thank you, man. You're doing a phenomenal job. We appreciate you. Not quite yet.
So once again, ma'am, tell them what you're doing. You're in theater. You're out here motivating the youth.
It's brand new. This is my first time
But
here.
we was
I'm so happy to be here.
want to
I
start
can feel it. I can feel the creativity.
you bring it more
I can feel the energy.
Just wear it.
I am looking
When you
forward.
get a minute, just
All right. Thank you.
Okay, I'm coming.
What's up? No, I don't run for that report card day.
Yes.
Them grades came in. Yeah.
Well, she forgot her report card, so I'm hoping we can work something out so she can get the seafood. But I don't want to crack the seafood in her face. If it's me, I will. I'll tell you how I can.
And talk to him. What are you doing in here? Y'all see you cooking it up. You making it happen, man. What's going on?
Well, we got this good seafood in here. When the kids say they're making those requests, I try to go ahead and spoil them because a lot of times we celebrate the athletics, but we neglect the academics. So I want to let them know that academics is something rewarding because it sets you up for success. And then something that I heard a guy say the other day, if you're not phenomenal, you're going to be forgettable. If you're not phenomenal, you're going to be forgotten. So you got to do what you got to do to be phenomenal.
Yes.
So you won't be forgotten.
Okay, can I take a good look at what this food we got here today? What we got?
We got some shrimp here.
Oh, yeah.
Garlic, plenty of butter, all of that kind of stuff. I'm getting ready to drop some broccoli in. We got some crab legs up in here, as well. So we're trying to take care of the volunteers and all of that and try to make sure they eat good because we can't pay them, but we appreciate their sacrifice. Then in the big pot, we got corn, we got sausage, we got potatoes, all of that. So we trying to go and feed them good because if we don't take care of them and spend the time with them, the drug dealer will, the people that smoke the drugs will, the gangs will. So we got to invest in these kids. So if you don't want to invest in the kids, stop complaining because you got to figure out what are you doing to help make them successful. But like I'm saying, and I keep saying it all the time, it takes money to make these things happen. I work a full-time job at the school board, and then I sacrifice my time because I know it makes a difference. Programs make a difference. I'm a product of a program called Upward Bound. If it wasn't for that program, I wouldn't be able to be doing the things that I'm doing now. Come up from a hot projects, public housing, Dakota projects, roaches doing backflips off the countertop, rats nibbling through the wall, fan in the window. So if it wasn't for positive programs, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now.
Jeff, you also running a program here in Lakeland on Tuesday, and you have one running another one in Haines City. Talk about that.
Yes, I'm in Lakeland here on Tuesday nights, and then
At the Dream Center?
At the Dream Center, and then on Thursday nights, I'm in Haines City at the Oakland Neighborhood Center. So we're just doing some phenomenal things on both sides of the county, and it really pays off. Now, Haines City is growing at an astronomical rate. And it's really exciting. And Lakeland, we're trying to get them back on board. Trying to battle through the crisis of the corona. But we're encouraging the young folks to continue to come out. And we just got a monumental effort going on.
Jeff, you got a person here tonight, a great young man who's doing great things in the community. Talk a little bit about that man. Come on in.
We have Reggie Cannon. Reggie Cannon, he's in his 4th year as a funeral home owner. So he's a product of our program. He started out in Teen Business Camp in the year 2000. So it's a long time ago, but he learned the skills necessary to be successful. One of the main things he said that we were able to boost up his confidence and self-esteem. And that was one of the greatest things that he needed. And then just going off and seeing places because you can't be what you don't see.
Yes, all right.
All right, let's get this show started. He's been around a long time, and he's doing some phenomenal things. He's dressing, looking like a prospect and not a suspect. So I'm gonna let him come up and introduce himself and talk to you here tonight. And make sure you're listening and tune in because if you want to be successful, this guy here, he's the one that makes it happen, and he makes the complex look simple. Thank you. Give it up for Reggie Cannon. Give him a round of applause. And now he has a daughter that's in the program. He's a product of a program, but now he has his daughter that's in the program now as well. So make sure you get your young folks involved.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's give it up for Mr. Jeffrey. Let's give it up for Mr. Jeffrey. So first and foremost, I want to start off by giving honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, I am nothing, right? Secondly, I want to give a huge mega shout out to Mr. Jeffrey for just been doing this thing, Risk Club, TVC. Let's give up Mr. Jeffrey. He's been doing this well over 20 years, and one thing about Mr. Jeffrey, he produces greatness. This is one of the hottest summer camps, team business camps, organizations in the city of Lakeland, and it has been that way for quite some time. So I definitely want to give a major shout out to Mr. Jeffrey for all that you're doing, and more importantly, what you're gonna do. God has some amazing things for you. Again, my name is Reggie. I am the owner of Cannon Funeral Home right here in Lakeland, Florida. I am a native of Lakeland, Florida. Graduated from Lakeland Senior High School in 2005. Dreadnoughts.
All right.
Any Red Devils or whatever you call them. I don't know. Dreadnoughts. But, I am a Dreadnought. I graduated from Lakeland again in 2005. Went down to Miami, where I studied biology at Borem University. After that, I went to mortuary school at Miami-Dade Community College, and then I had an opportunity to move to Atlanta for 2 years. I did my internship with a guy named Mr. Willie Watkins. Some women may know him because one of his interns was on the Real Housewives favorite part. Yeah, so and then Mr. Willie Watkins is known for burying big time names in Atlanta like Mr. Coretta Scott King. Anyone know who that is?
Yes.
Mr. John Lewis, who recently passed away. So everything I've learned about funeral services, I've learned from Mr. Willie Watkins in Atlanta. So in 2018, my wife and I, we moved back home, family moved back home to Lakeland. We opened up a funeral home right here in Lakeland, and it has been nothing but God to this point. But one thing about myself, when I was in high school, I knew I wanted to be on my own funeral home at the age of 16. Anybody? Who's 16? Who's 16? Who said nobody? Okay. All right. But one thing I had when I graduated from Lakeland Senior High School, I had a plan. And then when I go out and I see the kids, I tell kids to have a plan. What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 or 10 years? I knew graduating from Lakeland Senior High School at the age of 16, I knew I wanted to go to Florida Memorial University, study biology, get a bachelor's in that, because if the funeral thing didn't work, I had something to hold on. So I'm trying to think ahead. But I'm blessed to be doing something that I'm passionate about, something that I love to do. When I wake up in the morning, I love going to work. I love helping individuals, especially during a time where they may have lost a loved one and they're feeling something or going through something that they have never gone through in their life. And that's where I come in as the funeral counselor to just walk them through the process, because it can be challenging and difficult. So I love what I do. So the kids, I'm going to tell you guys, make sure you have a plan. What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself? And it's not like, at 30 I want to do X, Y, and Z. No. What do you want to see yourself next year? What do you want to see? What about your grade? Do you want to improve your grade? What do you want to improve your grade? Because you just can't sit and say, I want to be doing this here. But you're not working towards it, right? And so the Bible says, what? Faith without work is
Dead.
right? So you got to put in work, right? Nobody's going to pay you anything. If they do, you won't have it long if you're not playing, if you're not working on people, right? So I can give you something. I can give you $20, but then you are going to go out and spend it and do what with it? Then it's gone, all right? So you have to make a conscious effort to work for what you want, work for what you have, all right? Because in this world, the people that look like us, it's different. It's different, especially my young African American here. It's very challenging, all right? But I guarantee if you put God first, you can accomplish anything. Anything. I don't care what it is, you can accomplish anything. And every time I go out, now for speaking engagement, I like to tell people to leave with a negative, right? You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great, right? say it again. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I am blessed that to be a part of this organization, even now, speaking. And then it'll just be robbery to my kids if I didn't have my kids involved in something that I knew that is positive. So this is my daughter, Kalia Cannon. Please stand up, ma'am. This is my daughter. She's 14 years old. She's part of the program. So we're excited about having her. But the thing about it, she's getting the same lessons, the same thing I got. You know, and I know Mr. Jeffrey, you can sit down now, ma'am. Thanks. I know Mr. Jeffrey can be a tough. He gonna sell out. He gonna ride you. He gonna do all of that. But you know what? It builds character. It builds something inside of you because when I go out in the world, can't nobody say nothing to me. You want to say something about it? Go ahead. I'm good. I'm good. Because he prepared me for it. It builds character, man. He's not riding you. He may call you, he called me for the house and he called me Tape Shack. Now I know y'all kids don't know what Tape Shack means because you got what you got? The iPhone and stuff like that. But back in the day, they had a little shop where you go get a tape, right? And at the tape, the people in Lakeland, at the time, we like to slow our music down, right? So you go to the little shop, get a little tape, and then slow it down. Kind of like how he was doing the chant, slow it down. He used to call me Tape Shack because he was like, you slow. What you gonna do? In my face.
Jeff.
And it was constant. It was constant. And you know, like, I'm doing it like this, man, because it's I'm doing it like this here. But after a while of being around him, then he has a huge heart, man. He only wants the best for you. So if he's riding you or talking smack, or I'm telling you, he sees something in you. All right? And it's not just myself. It's many other guys that have come through his program. Chris Rogers, a phenomenal guy. I want to tell you his story. I went for a later time for him to come and speak. One day, hopefully, we can get him into Lakeland to speak to you guys. But his story is phenomenal. Another guy named Roger Cole, man. Just a bunch of great guys. I want to leave you with one nugget, man. Just one nugget. Please, 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 just put God first. Even if you don't know how to pray, even if you don't pray at all, you're a little kid, you think church boring. Trust me, when I used to go to church, I used to go to sleep. I promise you. It seemed like we was in church all day. Then you wake up, get out of church, and you got to go to night church. So, and you going to sleep through both of them now, But when I tell you guys, please pray. Just pray, just ask God. It's no right or wrong way. Don't let people make you feel like, oh, I don't know how to talk to God. Because just how I'm talking to you, or you talk to your friends, or you talk to Snapchat, or what else you got, that's the same way. Lord, I thank you for today. Just start off with that. Lord, I thank you for today. All right? So I'm not going to hold you up long because I know y'all want the groceries over there, and I do too. No, but it truly, truly is an honor to serve you all. I love serving the community. Dr. Dana speaking, I want to drop Mr. Jeffrey $100 for his campaign.
There you go. That's right.
One thing about it, and it's a principle that I live my life on, is it's a blessing to be a blessing. Right? It's a blessing to be a blessing. So even if you don't have $100, you got $1. You got $5, you got 50 cents. Go ahead and drop a seed into good soil. Don't just give money to anybody. Don't do that. But you drop a seed into good soil, and that's one thing we want to do because I believe in Mr. Jeffrey, I believe in the youth, and I believe in Lakeland, and I want to see everybody win, and that's why I am. I call myself just a humble servant. I just like to serve. That's it. That's it. So I'm not gonna hold you all up. It's been an honor. Thank you all again. Mr. Jeffrey, you have a question? No, they have questions. Oh, do you all have any questions? Anything about wondering science, general service, anything, any obstacles? Yes, ma'am. She had her first.
Okay. At age 16, was it something you witnessed that made you want to go and follow up to have your own funeral?
Okay, yeah, so a great question. So when I was 16, a friend of mine passed away. by Pastor Pickett Church, all right, Word Alive. And I seen Sonya Kona there, and I said, Sonya Kona, I would like to help you out with your funeral. And she was like, okay, sure, baby, come on. You know, you know Sonya Kona, that's her. Sure, baby, come on. So I started working at the funeral home just on Friday nights, working the viewings, opening the door. That same door that she got down there, I used to stand at the door and just open the door, close it, open the door. That's how I started. But then I started getting into it a little bit more, and I'm like, hey, she's really helping people. She's helping the community. I like to help people. So at that moment, I knew this is what I want to do, and I just kept going. Yes, sir.
That was my question.
Oh.
What got you started
Yes.
on your journey? That
Yeah,
was my question.
that's what got me started. So I'm forever grateful for Miss Tony. I'm excited about what she's doing with the new building. That is phenomenal because she has served this community in so many ways than just funeral services, and she deserves everything she got. She's getting right now. But yeah, that's how I started. Go ahead.
How do you maintain your mental health being around people who are grieving all the time?
So that's a great question. So one thing I like to say is it's a calling from God. All right. So I feel like God programmed me like this here, you know, where I'm able to roll with the family. When I say roll with the family, because sometimes they come in there, they're upset, they happy, they laughing, then they upset again. So you have to be able to, and I'm a people's person, right? You have to be able to roll with people. You got to be able to change. You got to be diverse, you know? And that's why I say I'm just programmed for it, because it's nothing that I went through. I don't think that prepared me for something like this. I just think God just made me like this here, and I give my life to Him, and I say, Lord, you can use me. And that is it. So that's why people say, oh, Mr. Cannon or Reggie, I'm just so proud of you. I say, it ain't me, it's all God. It's not me. And I told God that in private a long time ago. I said, Lord, if you bless me, like I promise I'll tell everybody that is you. And that's what I'm doing. It is God, not me. Don't look at the suits. Don't look at none of this. I might got holes in my sock, but don't look at that. You know, it's just clothes. You know, just tell Miss Lynn.
I just want to say, this is more a compliment to you as a young man. I really think it is admirable to see a young man suited and booted all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever see you with jeans on. You could be at a Saturday function and you don't have a funeral, but I think that's your signature, because once you build that level of character and people look at you, I really feel like you have invested a lot in this community. To go off to college, to come back home and to plant your feet where you grew up at, I think that's admirable. I commend you. And not only does Reggie he does funeral service, but he opens a building up for community things. He's very involved. He's a very well-rounded young man. So I just want to say hats off to you. Keep on being that mentor for other young men to see and young women to see. Thank you.
Clap it up. Yeah.
That is powerful, and I received that. I thank you, Ms. Lynn, and I thank you for everything you've done in the community, and it's individuals like you that I was able to see, and we're standing on your shoulders from the work that you've done. So I want these kids to stand on my shoulders from the work that I've done, because that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And so, and I really don't, people think I like wearing suits all the time, but I don't, I'm man, it's hot out here, and
gotta be
Mr.
ready.
Jeffrey
You gotta be
teasing me, then you got them civil rights suits on. But it's all love, though, it's all love. But one thing I believe that presentation is everything. I am a walking billboard, and I have a heart for people, so I don't mind. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say, I like the way you had the idea of what you wanted to do, but you didn't just sit with it. You went and asked someone if you could help them so you could learn, and then you did whatever they gave you to do.
Absolutely.
Just so you could grow.
Absolutely. And that's what it's about. And I have a young man by the name of Cody Holmes who's working with me right now, and he's in mortuary school. He's online, it's in Atlanta. It'll come to me. But he's in mortuary school right now, so we're trying to teach him and train him, because one day his dreams and aspirations is to open up a funeral home. So we want to excel him and push him out there so his dreams can come true. Because like I said, Miss Kona helped me out, and we want to be a blessing to other people, you know, and you know, anybody that have an event or something going on in the city and they need to use a building, they want to feed the homeless, man, my doors are always open, because if I'm not doing anything, it's just a building, it's just sitting there. And then technically, it's not my building, it belongs to God anyway.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
I don't mind. It is what it is, you know. Yes, ma'am.
Can you talk more about the school?
The schooling.
Yes.
Okay, so Montreal School, they have 3 schools in the state of Florida. They have one in Miami-Dade, that's where I went, and they have one in St. Pete, which is close, and then they have one in Jacksonville. The program itself is about 2.5 years, maybe about between $8,000 and $11,000 for the entire program, which is great. But one thing about the program, and I want to make sure I say this, that a lot of African American girls are starting to get in that field, right? A lot of African American women are starting to get into that field. When I was in Montreal School, I finished in 16. Half of the program were women. For a long time, it was traditionally a man's industry, but now a lot of women are taking the role of being mortician, funeral director, owner, undertaker, whatever you want to call it. There's so many names. But yeah, it's only 3 in the state of Florida. That's the cost, and you learn a lot. You learn very Say that again? Yes, you have to do a 1-year internship, and that's where I did mine in Atlanta. Yes, ma'am.
So I know as far as coming from just Lakeland in general, I came from like low income family.
Uh-huh.
I feel like a lot of people come from the same type of family. So how attainable is it to go to college and get out of college, do an internship, and come and have your own home as far as
Financially, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's hard. I come from the projects. We grew up in Lake Ridge, the Kona projects, washing the car, you know, putting the fan in the window as well. You know, that's where we come from. But it's very hard. I lived in Miami 11 years. I moved 12 times. So I was constantly like, because I was trying to work, I was trying to stay afloat with my bills. I had a daughter at the age of 20, you know, so it was very challenging, you know, and that's why I say, looking back at it, I know God had me covered the entire time, because it was very hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was hard, you know, getting my car repoed and all kind of stuff. But, you know, I just knew, it was just something in me that I knew that one day I'm bigger than this. It's something that, it's almost kind of like that Yolanda Adams song, and she said you gotta keep the faith, keep believing. There's something inside of you that just keep going and keep trusting. And that's how it was. But like I said, I just was determined, like, I'm gonna just give it everything I got. I'm gonna throw my whole self. And a lot of times we don't throw our whole self at something. We'll try for 3, 6 months or a year, and we say, oh, it's not working. You only tried for a year. How do you really know if it's gonna work out? You know, but like I said, I lived in Miami for 11 years. I moved 12 times, constantly getting big, constantly trying to take care of my daughters and work and pay for school out of pocket. Because I ran out all my financial aid and fucking morning. You know? So it was challenging, but by the grace of God, we're still here, and he's doing amazing things. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been like scared, like a body moved or something like that?
No, I was not. So I've been in the industry since I was 16. I'm 34 now, right? So me personally, I've never seen a body get up or do anything or twitch or anything like that. I've never seen it, but I've heard a lot of stories about it happening, right? So one thing I did learn, and I learned a lot at Montreal School, but this is one thing that's interesting. when you first pass away, your reflexes are still alive for about 24 to 48 hours, you know, the max. So your reflex, so if you may twitch, you know, or somebody tap your leg, leg may twitch or something like that. But me personally, I've never seen it, but I have heard a lot of stories of that happening, you know. Yes, ma'am. When I worked, I did get paid. I got paid $15 for a viewing, and I think I got paid $30 for a funeral. But I was there like all day on Saturday from like 9 o'clock to like 6 o'clock in the evening, because we had multiple funerals. Then I was 16, I had my driver's license, so I could drive a family. And then we had to take the cars back to Enterprise, because at the time she didn't have all the cars, you know, all down there. That's why I'm proud of where she's come from. And again, it encourages me to keep going. But yeah, all day like 9 to about 5 or 6, I'm down there for $30. You know, that's all I had, you know. But it didn't seem like work. Even when I go to the funeral now, I don't feel like I'm working. All right? And so I didn't mind. So that was just enough for me to make it from Duff Road to Lakeland Senior High School with my little 1990 Honda Accord. At the time, with a little sunroof though. I had a sunroof though. So I thought I was cool. So just that.
And you started out by speaking about serving your community, being a servant. God has entrusted you to serve the people in this community, those that no longer breathe, you know. Yeah. And the families look at you, they look at what you provide, and that means a lot when you have a funeral director that can provide you a quality service during your time of grief. That's the worst time that you can go through. I never seen a body move, but I did witness, you know, my mom transitioning, you know, during her last stages of life, and she was in hospice, and they was telling me everything that was going to happen, and it was happening the way they said. It was just something I thought I could never sit and watch, but I learned a lot. So for Dad, you know, I don't think I ever want to be a funeral director, but I kind of understand where your mind needs to be during times like that, because you have to almost try to separate yourself, even though it's hard. You still have the emotions and feelings. So that's what I wanted to ask you. The emotions, how do you, I mean, at night when you dealt with all of these services and you go home at night, I mean, when do you break down? When do you just like, okay, Lord, I can't?
Yeah. So that is a great question that I try not to take it home, my work home, but sometimes it's overwhelming, right? So I go home, I talk to my wife, we pray. You know, my wife is a praying woman. I thank God for her. But that's my venting section. You know, I can just come home and just say, hey, you know, what's going on? You know, and I can just let it all out. Or when I get home, I can just be sitting in the living room, and I have my daughter, my son who's 10 months old, and my wife there, and then in my head I'm just thinking like, you know, I just really appreciate life. Because being in this industry, you really appreciate life, you know. You understand the concept that, hey, it can be all gone, you know, but it's definitely, and you said something so profound, Miss Lynn, when you was talking about, Jesus, the first thing you said, it's gonna come to me. But it's just, my wife is my outlet, you know, and she helps me keep everything afloat and just make sure I'm okay mentally, you know, because that's what it's about. God, you said something I want to touch on.
Serving the community.
Serving the community.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Good listener.
Back in 2012, when I really started getting close to God, in 2012, when I was in Miami, I was under the leadership of Pastor Arthur Jackson III, Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. I was ushering the community, ushering the church, you know, just serving. But one thing my prayer was, maybe for like 6 years strong, Miss Lynn, was, Lord, bless me with a funeral home so I can serve your people of Lakeland. I promise, that was my prayer. I prayed for my daughter, and then I prayed for my future. And that was one thing I was adamant about. I used to go to I had a specific place. I I used to pray my altar. That's what my pastor said, build your altar and pray at the altar. And that was my prayer, that God is giving me a funeral home in Lakeland, Kona to serve his people. So now when people ask me, what is one thing that, when it's all said and done, when it's my time to go home, what is one thing you want to be remembered by? And I always tell the people that I want to be remembered by, that remember that I did what God wanted me to do for his people. And that's it.
Amen. Amen. Yeah.
It's an honor to be in front of you all today, and I just thank you all. Continue to come and get poured into. Let Mr. Jeffrey pour into you, pray over you, and just stay connected. Stay connected to this man. All right. Be blacker than these curtains, but try and stay connected. Thank y'all again.
For a round of applause. Come on up. Now I got something for her, because she said, Jeff, you ain't got no shirts, but I get running and gunning. So I got her a milk shirt. That's motivation, integrity, love, and knowledge. I got a milk. So that's the white milk. That's the white milk right there. Now she also got the chocolate milk. That means that's brown letters. So she got the white letters. She got the chocolate milk. That's with the brown letters. And then this is the one that be killing them right here. She got the strawberry milk. Strawberry with the C. She got the strawberry milk, and that ain't AKA, because long before it was a pink and green, they had these colors. So that's the strawberry milk. Strawberry. Now, so she's somebody that's, always super successful. So these are some of the hottest shirts that's out right here. So this is a product we'll be selling throughout the summer. So we got Success Team. So she's part of making everything successful around us. I'm the success coach at Kathleen High School, so I always keep me a success team by my side. Then we got her some wrist club here. So we got her looking good in her retirement, because that's what she likes. So we got her fresh wrist club shirt, reality and skillful knowledge, and we got that good pink for as well. So give it up for Lynn Simpkins again. We'd like to thank her for 33 years of service to the community, from the oratorical content. Yeah, there you go. And it's a hungry crab bag, but we got the real deal coming here. You got the Nino Black Crab Shack tonight. So you got
First of all, I want to say thank Mr. Jeffrey again and the Ritz Club for being such a great product in this community. I want to continue to let the students know, stay connected with the Ritz Club. It is the best program ever. It's the best kept secret. Tell your friends. It's a program founded on biblical beliefs. It teaches you the fundamentals of being a good Christian, being a good servant to our community. I am just grateful that I've had an opportunity to raise up a child that's been a product of this program, and being a parent supporting the program. Now that I'm retired from the city of Lakeland, I will do consulting, and I will help this program grow even larger. One of the dreams that I have, I want to build a parent club that's going to help develop fundraising initiatives so that this program won't ever have to lack for funds again. I want to start by investing some of my own funds into this program. So with that, I want to say thank you for the opportunity. I look forward to many, many, many more years in working with the Ritz Club.
I don't know what. I'm like, ain't kissing nothing. I'm gonna take out the mask. Let them see all this.
Jeff, introduce your nephew.
okay.
Okay, my Mason.
Ladies here, hold on one
What?
second. Ladies. Help get the students out. Kona Ice has got free slushes across the street. Take them across the street over there where they're distributing food and all that. Make sure because kids don't know how to cross the street.
I sent you my grades, okay?
Let me get a picture of y'all too. Make it a picture of y'all too.
My grades. She got long days.
Oh, you got to pick up. I didn't tell you. We gotta have to get you a winning. We got somebody else now. All right, hey, we're going across the street to get Kona Ice. So we're taking everybody out there, Kona Ice, across the street. It's free. It's free. Yeah, we got it. Hey, let's go. We're going to get There's a lot of exciting things going on at the Dream Center, so we're trying to get them safely across the street. All right, boys and girls, look left, look right, look left, look right. Watch out for the water. Come here on dry land. She's trying to go across the Red Sea. Yeah. Come here on dry land. Come here on dry land.
Oh, Kona.
That's what I was saying. You're not enunciating. I don't know what you're saying.
I thought it was the corner.
That's what I'm sorry. You probably don't pay her that much attention at home. Now it's because I pay a little attention at home. You probably at home for 6 months. Okay.
Oh,
You want to go past though?
Go ahead.
Make sure it's loud.
What's up? How you doing? It's all about you, man. Hey, look at it. Today, we're standing here with a young man that's doing great things. He's finna talk to the youth and tell them what he's been doing in the community, the whole 9 yards. Tell him your name.
My name is Reggie Cannon. I'm the owner of Cannon Funeral Home. It is always a pleasure to come out to speak to the youth and just drop knowledge, man. That's what it's about. Giving back, sharing your intellectual property to the youth because the youth are our future.
Yeah.